Imagine being a parent who just wants to raise your child according to your values, whether that's simply your conscience or your religious faith. Naturally, what your children learn is an important part of that. Several families in a Maryland public school, who all come from different religious backgrounds, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, all agreed on one thing. When the school teaches young children about sensitive topics dealing with gender identity and sexuality, parents should be able to guide that conversation based on their own beliefs. These parents wanted the opportunity to have those conversations at the home rather than at school, and asked to have their children opt out of those specific discussions. At first, their school district said yes, parents could opt their children out of these lessons, but then the district reversed course. They said no more opt-outs, no exceptions. The parents felt like they were stuck and forced to have their children be taught ideas that conflict with their own values. That's not just frustrating, that's a real burden on freedom, the freedom to direct how your own kids learn in accordance with your values. This conflict has wound its way to the U.S. Supreme Court. This case raises important legal questions about freedom, fairness, and the role of parents in the public education system. So what's this case really about, and what are both sides arguing? The families are making a simple case. They say the Constitution protects their right to raise their kids according to their beliefs. And when the school forces them into lessons that contradict those beliefs, without any way to opt out, that violates their freedom of religion and their role as parents. They also point out that nearly every state, including Maryland, already recognizes this as right in law. In most places, parents can review sensitive curriculum and opt their kids out if it conflicts with their values. The school district sees it differently. They argue that allowing opt-outs is too difficult to manage. It could cause confusion, increase absences, or make some students feel excluded. So now the courts are being asked, do parents have the right to opt their kids out of lessons about sensitive topics if it conflicts with their values? Or does that create too high a burden on school districts who have to look out for the interests of all families in their schools? That's the core of the debate. The Supreme Court should stand up for the rights of these families and for every family. This isn't about just one school district. It's about whether parents have any say in how their kids are taught about deeply personal topics like gender and sexuality, especially when it clashes with their core beliefs. The school says it's too hard to honor opt-outs, but nearly every other state has figured it out. Maryland itself has laws supporting parental choice. The district just chose to ignore them. If the court sides with the school, it sends a message that bureaucracy matters more than belief and that schools, not families, get the final say in what a child learns. But if the court upholds parental rights here, it protects something deeper, the idea that freedom of belief and the freedom for parents to use those beliefs to guide how and what their kids learn still matters in America. That's a win for everyone, no matter what you believe. The court has a chance to protect freedom for everyone. Let's hope they get it right.